What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves. I hope everyone's finding time to get into the studio and flex those creative muscles on this Sunday. We're going to jump right into it today. We have a brand new instrument that is just exciting as all hell for me, because this guy, BUTCH VIG, is one of my absolute favorite producers. He worked on many great albums, including Nirvana's Nevermind, the Garbage albums, including the very first Smashing Pumpkins record, and many, many, many more. If you look back into his history, he's probably worked on every Foo Fighters record in the last 10 years or so. I mean, just incredible, the number of records this guy's worked on. Green Day, I mean, all sorts of stuff. Just go look him up. The guy has been producing rock's probably greatest hits for the past 20 years or more, right? His understanding of drums, I wouldn't say it's the best. Nothing is the best, right? I mean, look, it's the best for maybe the song you're working with is probably the best attitude to have about it. But I'm saying that if you're looking for just grungy, dirty rock sounds, or if you're looking to just add some drums that have some instant vibes, some instant, really super processed sounds, this is really a one-stop shop for all of that stuff, from what I can tell out of the box. So what we're going to do is look at the different drum kits that it has in here for today. We're going to look at a few of my favorite features, which is that it extends the concept of you just being able to come in and basically coming in to play your own drums, as well as it has a concept of pre-built patterns. So it has pre-built sort of grooves and patterns built into it, which is in and of itself super cool. And they're really easy to work with, and so I'm going to show you those features as well. So let's get stuck in. This first kit, this is the one we've been hearing so far, is called the 8-bit Gelato Crunch. It's awesome. I mean, listen to that snare and the way it just, how wide it sounds, and I just love that. And it's just the bit depth and the crunch. You have all sorts of effect settings that you can dig into. I would say probably the coolest way that the effects or just not you know, everything as far as the coolest or not coolest, again, that's all subjective, but my point is, one of my favorite features of the effects section is the fact that you have all these effects built into just these macro controls. And so if you want to dig into these macros, you can go to the macros section. You can see that each of these macro controls that are always shown on every single screen you're on, they just have all of these sorts of values that you can just assign to them, and the range of controls that you can sort of pinpoint to certain effects and certain things going on within the instrument. It's just really cool how they've implemented the effects section. So again, super, super cool to come in and just play the sounds right out of the box, as well as the patterns. So, yeah, this kit, super cool. The BB Done. Let's check this one out. I love the way the snares ring out just all over this kit. It's just awesome. So each kit's gonna have different patterns built into it. That's a really cool pattern, and let's see, which one is that? Let's go over to the pattern page. That's gonna be this chorus pattern here. Another super cool, just to dig into this patterns feature real quick, if you really like a pattern and you want to dig into it inside of your DAW, you can just take this thing and click and drag it out, just like this. I just clicked on it with my mouse and drug it right out of the software. So now it's in Pro Tools. And I've got that groove right into my song, right here in my DAW. So that's another super cool feature of this particular instrument is, and I'm sure other instruments do this, it's just not something I've ever really seen before. And now that I've seen it, now that I know about it, it's just like, whoa, you can do this, you can just drag this thing right out, make some tweaks to it, do whatever you want to the velocities or to certain hits, but just the immediate accessibility to these patterns, super, super cool. So I can save this pattern even though it's specific to this drum kit, and I can see how this pattern sounds with all the other drum kits. For example, I could do that. So let's check out the next kit. This is Bonsophonic 80s. One of the coolest videos, if you haven't checked it out yet, is the actual video of Butch going through these kits and just his explanations of how he recorded them and what sort of sounds he was going for, what he was thinking whenever he kind of put these kits together. That's the coolest one to go check out. So go check out that video, definitely. I'll put the link in the description as well, so that you can go check that out here. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh my goodness, that just sounds so incredibly good. Sounds so good. See what these patterns are called? So this is an intro pattern. All these first four are going to be intro patterns. Another, I would say, really cool feature of the pattern player here is that you can turn on this latch function and it'll actually keep. So say you're at the 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 and you trigger another pattern, then it's gonna keep you at the 3 2 3 4 position that you're at in the pattern and continue playing even if you've triggered another pattern. So it's not going to immediately jump you to the start of the pattern if you turn on this latch feature. So that's another, I would say, really, really dope feature of the pattern player here on the drums. 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4. You see what I'm saying? It keeps you at the position you're at. 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Pro Tools didn't know what to do when I did that. But anyway, you get the point. That is super cool. Features, kind of just digging into the pattern player for a minute. Let's keep going through these drums. Bonsophonic. All right, let's check out Candy Asked. I'm just getting into a groove there. That's really cool sounding as well. Pretty dope as well. Let's check out the next one. Really cool. Really cool so far. What I'm getting is that the first kick and snare are the most extreme versions of the kicks and snares. The second kick and snare on this on the second row, not necessarily more subdued. I would just say just a little bit calmer, a little bit, you know, kind of similar, kind of the same sound, but you know, maybe you could use that at a little softer section of the song, the verse, say, and this first kick and snare is all over the chorus. Anyway, I love how these things ring out. Or not. I just love the sound of these drums. Ultra processed, ultra dirty, gritty. Love it. Here's Fargo. Yeah, I'd say that's interesting for sure, especially the rhythm there, that groove. I can't even, I'd have to kind of listen to it for a minute to follow it a little bit better. So cool stuff. Let's check out, and that's supposed to be 162 BPM too. I'm just looking, mine's are only at 117. It's wild. Anyway, moving on. Gray Velvet. What is that? What is that? Oh. So to dig into a specific sound, you go over into the kit page, and what you're going to see is a 16 grid drum machine sampler, just like you would think, and it's telling you what key each one of these in. Right now I'm on MIDI mode. I assume if I pulled this up in Machine, maybe I'll do that in another video. And there's some videos already online running this in Machine, but I assume that these would just kind of sync up to those 16 pads right there on the Machine hardware. So it's very, very easy to use, right? And it shows you the sound that you're hitting. So here's the sound. Crazy. And you can dig into that sound and even swap it out for a different sound if you want. I really like this sound, so I'm not gonna. But if you wanted to, you could swap it out. You can have some individual controls on the sound, do some high pass, low pass, velocity, pitch, volume, pan, all that sort of natural control you would expect. In Butch Vig, in the video, he talks about how he really likes Native Instruments battery for drums processing, and he, you know, was just kind of looking for something sort of like that, that's just real helpful, real easy to use, to just jump into 16 different sounds and start making some really cool really cool drums right away, which you can program your own over here on this side, octave 1 and 2, or these octaves 3 and 4. That's crazy. There's just all these patterns built in, which is super cool. Half speed. Super cool. What do we got? Heartbeat. What I love about this is I would compare the sound quality of this to something like Polyplex, but look at my CPU meter on this. It's so minimal because it's a sampler. It's sampler based. It's in Kontakt. And so it's just the process of loading it up from memory, and then that's it. You're off and running. And so there's kind of no sound processing. There's signal processing going on with the sampler and running it through these effects and whatnot if you want to do these macros and kind of add some stuff to it. Of course, there's some signal processing, you know. But my point is, again, the CPU meter is not going crazy here, even with this stuff, you know. So that's probably my favorite thing about this, is the sound quality is high, the impact is very, very low, which, yeah, when you're in the box, you know, like a lot of guys are nowadays, myself included, you know, the CPU overlords are, you got to keep them happy at all times. Like now, when I switch between damn presets. Let's jump through the rest of these and just kind of finish checking this out. Whoa. There's some wild effects going on right now. LSD. Yeah, I would say so. For sure. Narcotic Squad. Wild Antelope. And then we rounded out it. So, yeah, nothing loaded in here yet. You could load whatever you want. But really cool. Really, really, really super cool. All the way through. So... So I think we did what we came to do, which is to check out Butch Vig Drums and start seeing how we can get creative on a Sunday. Until next time.